Right.
Yeah, there's a kind of like.
Yeah.
The December 2022 doctoral hooding ceremony will now begin. Please rise as you are able as we present the platform party. It's my pleasure to present to you the August 2022 and December 2022 candidates for Doctor of Audiology and Doctor of Philosophy. Provost Bradley, Dean Boehm, we present to you this class. doctoral hooding ceremony and graduation celebration. I am honored to present to you the Dean of the Graduate School, Dr. Beth Bain.
Hello, everybody. I am really pleased to welcome our graduates, their mentors, families, and friends to this special hooding and graduation ceremony. In a few minutes, I will introduce Claire Westcott, the outstanding student in the graduate school, who will give the student remarks. But before I do, I have a few words I would like to say to the graduates. Sometimes I've been known to give commencement remarks about how hard it is to earn a doctoral degree. Partly I do it for the parents in the room who wonder how come it took so long. To be successful at earning a doctorate, and I believe at life, you have to demonstrate expertise in what I call the 8 R's. Academic skills of reading, writing, and arithmetic, never mind that only one of those actually starts with an R, but also rigor, risk-taking, resilience, responsibility, and respect for diversity. You will note that these last 5 are not about the disciplinary expertise you have learned in your classrooms and your labs. They are attributes of mind and attitudes you further developed while working with a diverse group of faculty, students, and staff as a graduate student at the University of Louisville. I also like to sometimes emphasize the importance of taking risks to doctoral students who have been such exceptional undergraduates that they are afraid to get out of their comfort zones. Wasn't a problem in the last few years. I feel like the challenges of COVID during your studies has already tested your risk-taking, proven your resilience, and shown you to be responsible. So today, I want to focus for a few minutes on the last R, the respect for diversity, by which I mean respect for diverse opinions, diverse disciplinary heuristics and tools, diverse cultural, racial, and gender identities, and diverse socioeconomic backgrounds. We learned a great deal about the necessity of diverse interdisciplinary teams during the pandemic. We know that to solve the many complex problems we face as a nation and as a world, whether we are overcoming the latest mutation of the virus, improving health and educational opportunities for all, or working toward equity and social justice, we must find ways to use all of the talents and skills that each of us possesses. Scott Page, a political economist at the University of Michigan, employs mathematical modeling to demonstrate that over and over again, diverse teams trump individual ability. Dr. Page asks large but practical questions like, how can we all be more productive together? How can we together solve huge scientific and social problems? The answer he suggests through his mathematical modeling is in sometimes messy, creative organizations and environments with individuals from vastly different backgrounds, life experiences, and disciplinary homes. One of his core claims is that diverse perspectives, experiences, and tools enable collections of people to find more and better solutions than collections of people who have similar backgrounds, similar experiences, and educations. In other words, diverse teams contribute more to an organization's overall productivity and problem-solving success than do homogeneous teams or individual geniuses. Respect for diversity in all its forms is a quality I hope you have developed at the University of Louisville. Today's group of graduates is one of our most diverse ever. We have graduates with different racial, religious, and gender identities. They come to us from all across the United States and 15 different countries, including Canada and Great Britain, China, Taiwan, Egypt, India, Pakistan, Nepal, Tunisia, Singapore, Japan, and more. We also have disciplinary diversity today. The humanities, social sciences, natural sciences, math, engineering, public health, education, and more. Last year, Suri Duich, the Vice President of Academic Innovation at Tulane, wrote about what she thought students need to be professionally and personally successful post-COVID. Certainly, she wrote, they need deep knowledge from their fields of study, disciplinary knowledge, They need good fundamental communication and computation skills, reading, writing, and arithmetic. And just as important, Deutsch says we need the attributes of flexibility, adaptability, curiosity, empathy, resilience, and proactive thinking, each of which is needed to grapple successfully with unpredictable future circumstances. Amid so much upheaval, as the past few years have shown us, Deutsch suggests individuals must, and this is quote, manage uncertainty and navigate through ambiguity, adapt to new technologies, speak up and advocate constructively, and step outside their personal echo chambers to connect with those of differing perspectives and backgrounds. In other words, all of us must develop the positive attitude of respect for diversity in all its forms, the capacity to politely and respectfully listen to and work with people who we think we disagree with, and the adaptability to use all our skills to navigate increasingly unpredictable futures. And so today, while we celebrate each of you as individuals who have exceptional abilities, who have successfully completed the highest degrees in your disciplines, we also celebrate the diversity of cultures, talents, and perspectives you represent as a collection of scholars, all educated at the University of Louisville. American graduate education remains the envy of the world. And at the University of Louisville, we're committed to remaining accessible to the brightest and most creative students from the United States and around the globe, because we know knowledge should have no geographic or cultural boundaries. So graduates, whatever boundaries and obstacles you have had to navigate to get to this hooding ceremony today, and I don't mean the parking lot, your faculty and deans are grateful that each of you chose to do your graduate work at the University of Louisville. So on behalf of all of us in the graduate school, I congratulate you on your many achievements, and I also wish you, your mentors, your family and friends, a happy holiday season. Thank you. Now I'd like to introduce Claire Westcott, the graduate school's outstanding student and recipient of the Guy Stevenson Award, which is given to a student who has demonstrated excellence in both scholarship and leadership within their discipline and doctoral program. Born in rural southeast Missouri, an area with limited access to science education, Claire Westcott has always had a passion for science literacy and outreach. She received her bachelor's degree in biology from the University of Missouri and moved to Louisville in 2016 to work as a technician in Dr. Kevin Sokolowski's lab before she decided to pursue a doctorate. As she pursued her research on RNA protein interactions with alpha viruses, very timely, Claire also jumped headfirst into volunteering her extra time with the Science Policy and Outreach Group, which is affectionately known as SPOG. She also volunteered at the Louisville Regional Science and Engineering Fair. During her time in SPOG, Claire took on a variety of leadership opportunities as a policy coordinator, Louisville Science Pathways Director, and finally, the director of SPOG itself. Claire implemented and expanded several SPOG programs that focused on opening doors for future scientists and improving inclusivity within the science community. She also served as a board member to the Louisville Regional Science Engineering Fair, where she promoted equity and engagement by founding a group called the STEM Ambassadors. The STEM Ambassadors recruit scientists in the Louisville community to participate in the science fair, to build relationships and mentor young scientists, and to promote excitement for different fields in science. Claire was also a leader in her Department of Microbiology and Immunology at the University of Louisville. She served as president of the graduate student organization, on the admissions committee, and finally on their orientation program. Claire's passion for science is also prominent in her written work, as she has had several first author publications that include her dissertation work, as well as her work with the local COVID wastewater surveillance program. Upon graduation and throughout her career, she hopes to continue to focus on impactful research as well as strong science communication. Please join me in welcoming Claire to the podium.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would first like to thank the Graduate Award Committee for selecting me for this honor and allowing me the opportunity to speak today. I would also like to give a shout out and a thank you to my mentor, Dr. Kevin Sokolowski, and my parents, my husband, and my family and friends for being here to support me today, as well as these past 5 years. It has truly been an honor traveling this path with you all. If you want to know who they are, they're the ones with my giant head back there. Yeah, that's me. So when I first received word that I had received the Guy Stevenson Award, I was incredibly excited, but then the terror sank in that I was going to have to give a speech. I thought, what am I going to speak about? Should I talk about our duty to others? I then thought that I had maybe been watching a little bit too much of House of Dragon. Do I want to quote a movie, perhaps? Well, I didn't really want to be known as the woman who quoted the Twilight graduation speech. I could talk about a celebrity like Guy Fieri, but who could say Flavortown with a straight face? I knew I couldn't give you all advice for myself because we all got our degrees through this pandemic together, and I think we all learned a lot about ourselves through that. But I thought, you know who we could receive some advice from and listen more to? American businesswoman, philanthropist, actress, and award-winning country singer, Dolly Parton. As such, I have compiled a list of ways we could all be better humans if we just listened more to her. Number 1, be unapologetically yourself. Dolly dresses the way she wants, she acts the way she wants. One of my favorite quotes from her is, "Find out who you are and do it on purpose." We can all agree that graduate school forces you to learn more about yourself. It makes you want to laugh, it makes you want to cry, sometimes it makes you want to laugh to keep from crying. But it also reveals who we are. It has helped us develop our purpose and has given us the tools to go out into the world and act purposefully and intentionally. Number 2, believe in yourself and fight for your dreams. Dolly has advocated for herself from the beginning. I know advocating for ourselves can be a little bit hard, since the first thing you learn in graduate school is imposter syndrome. But we can all be proud, or we should be proud in our accomplishments in standing here today. Dolly said, "The magic is inside you, there ain't no crystal ball." And I completely agree, because getting an advanced degree during these hard and trying times has not been easy. We've achieved so much during these past couple years, despite our whole world being thrown upside down. So don't forget to throw out your imposter syndrome out the window and believe in yourself. While I could probably write a dissertation about how great Dolly is, I will only keep it to these 3 points. So here's my final and most important point. When you figure out what you value, invest your time and resources in it and make a real impact. For Dolly, that was education and science. She has given away thousands of books to underserved communities to raise literacy levels, and has even helped fund COVID research at Vanderbilt that has saved many, many lives. Our accomplishments have given us a platform to do good in the world, and while we may not be Dolly, we can certainly do our part. So, my fellow 2022 graduates, as we take our next steps into our future, let's all make Dolly proud by believing in ourselves, giving back to others, and maybe even throwing a little glitter in there too. Thank you.
I now introduce Dr. Paul DeMarco, Associate Dean of the Graduate School. He's going to announce some very special awards and then our candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Audiology and Doctor of Philosophy.
Thank you, Dean Boehm. First off, I want to share with our graduates and our mentors a point of protocol. Due to the high incidence of COVID, flu, and RSV that's circulating in our community, we've decided not to shake hands on stage at the ceremony. The provost and the deans will pose with students for a photo on stage, and the students will have their photo taken in the hallway after they are hooded. We want to do our part to make sure that everyone stays healthy and is able to enjoy our holiday break. So now on to the business at hand. I would like to introduce the recipients of some very special awards that are conferred by the Graduate School. Please refer to your program for the bios extolling the accomplishments of each of our honorees. It is my pleasure to present again Claire Elizabeth Westcott, recipient of the Guy Stevenson Award for Excellence in Graduate Studies. This is the highest award given by the Graduate School. Claire carried the school banner during today's ceremony and will begin tonight at the main commencement ceremony. Claire earns today a Doctor of Philosophy in Microbiology and Immunology, as well as the Graduate Dean's citation. Claire is joined today by faculty mentor Associate Professor Kevin Sokolowski and Dr. Russell Salter, Associate Dean for Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies in the School of Medicine. Kyle Levi Fulgham is the recipient of the John Richard Binford Memorial Award. Kyle earns today a Doctor of Philosophy in Physiology and Biophysics, as well as the Graduate Dean's citation. Kyle is joined by faculty mentor Professor Bradford Hill and Dr. Russell Salter, Associate Dean for Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies in the School of Medicine. Mohammed Nazi Shihada is the recipient of the John M. Houchins Prize for Outstanding Dissertation. Mohammed has earned a Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science and Engineering, as well as the Graduate Dean's citation. Mohammed is joined today by co-faculty mentors Professor Ayman Elbaz and Adel Elmaghrabi, and Dr. Emmanuel Collins, Dean of the Speed School of Engineering. Dustin Ray Smith is the recipient of the Alice Eve Barnes Award for Outstanding Achievement in a Master's Program. Dustin has earned a Master of Arts in Anthropology, as well as the Graduate Dean's citation. Dustin's faculty mentor is Assistant Professor Thomas Jennings. Dustin is joined today by Associate Professor Angela Story and Dr. David Owen, Interim Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. Bolaji Obulu is the recipient of the Alice Eve Barnes Award for Outstanding Achievement in a Master's Program. Bolaji has earned a Master of Urban Planning and a Master of Public Administration, as well as the Graduate Dean's citation. Bolaji's faculty mentors are Associate Professor Aaron Rollins and Associate Professor Sumei Song. Bolaji is joined today by Associate Professor Aaron Rollins and Dr. David Owen, Interim Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. This concludes our awards portion of the ceremony. I would now like to ask Dr. Russell Salter, Associate Dean for Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies in the School of Medicine, to join in congratulating students from his school. Margaret J. Spiegel, Doctor of Audiology. Margaret is joined by faculty mentor, Professor Lindsay Cornell. I'll ask Dr. Salter to remain here as we begin announcing the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Gregory James Russo States, Doctor of Philosophy in Anatomical Sciences and Neurobiology. Gregory is joined by faculty mentor, Professor David Magnuson. Greta Marie Cesarts, Doctor of Philosophy in Physiology and Biophysics. Greta is joined by faculty mentor, Professor David Magnuson. Nagwa Ilbaz, Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmacology and Toxicology and a recipient of the Graduate Dean's Citation. Nagwa is joined by faculty mentor, Associate Professor Martin O'Toole. Mariam Habil, Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmacology and Toxicology and a recipient of the Graduate Dean's Citation. Mariam is joined by faculty mentor, Professor David Hine. Haiyan Liu, Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmacology and Toxicology. Haiyan is joined by faculty mentor, Professor John Wise. Jennifer Haruka Toyota, Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmacology and Toxicology. Jennifer is joined by faculty mentor, Professor John Wise. Andre Dwayne Richardson, Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmacology and Toxicology. Andre is joined by faculty mentor, Professor Daniel Conklin. Rezina Shriyestha, Doctor of Philosophy in Microbiology and Immunology and a recipient of the Graduate Dean's Citation. Rezina's co-faculty mentors are Professors Jun Yan and Haribabu Bodoluri. Rezina is joined today by Professor Jun Yan. I will now ask Dr. Beth Boehm, Dean of the Graduate School, to congratulate students from her school. Ahmed Nagla, Doctor of Philosophy in Interdisciplinary Studies, specialization in Translational Bioengineering, and a recipient of the Graduate Dean's Citation. Ahmed's faculty mentor is Professor Ayman Elbaz. Jessica Marie Miller, Doctor of Philosophy in Interdisciplinary Studies, specialization in Translational Bioengineering. Jessica's faculty co-mentors are Professor Guru Prasad Giridharan and Associate Professor Tamir Mohammed. Jessica is joined today by Professor Ayman Elbaz. I would now like to invite Dean Emmanuel Collins to join in congratulating the candidates from his school. Asma Bakuch, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science and Engineering. Asma is joined by faculty mentor Professor Adel El-Maghrabi. Abbas Sayed, Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science and Engineering. Abbas is joined by faculty mentor Professor Adel El-Maghrabi. Sagar Ilpara, Doctor of Philosophy in Industrial Engineering. Sagar is joined by faculty mentor Professor Pratik Parikh. Aryan Hossainzadeh, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering and a recipient of the Graduate Dean's Citation. Aryan is joined by faculty mentor, Assistant Professor Robert Kluwer. I would now like to invite Interim Dean Crystal Collins Carmago to join in congratulating the candidates from her school. Catherine Cameron, Doctor of Philosophy in Social Work. Catherine is joined by faculty mentor Professor Shauna Golden and Associate Professor Emmett Sterrett Hong. I would now like to invite Dean Craig Blakely to join in congratulating the students from his school. Sagnik Baduri, Doctor of Philosophy in Biostatistics. Sagnik is joined by co-faculty mentors Associate Professor Jeremy Gaskins and Associate Professor Ritan Mitra. Sudaraka Tolkage, Doctor of Philosophy in Biostatistics. Sudaraka's co-faculty mentors are Associate Professor Ki Zhang and Professor K.B. Kulasakera. Sudaraka is joined today by Professor K.B. Kulasakera. Monique Williams, Doctor of Philosophy in Public Health Sciences. Monique is joined by faculty mentor Professor Monica Wendell. Lindsay Adele Wood, Doctor of Philosophy in Public Health Sciences. Lindsay is joined by faculty mentor Assistant Professor Natalie Dupree. I would now like to invite Interim Dean Jeff Guan to join in congratulating the student from his college. Malcolm Mohammed, Doctor of Philosophy and Entrepreneurship. Malcolm is joined by faculty mentor Professor Robert Garrett. I would now like to invite Interim Dean Amy Lingo to join in congratulating students from her college. Katrina Ellen Elliott, Doctor of Philosophy in Counseling and Personnel Services. Katrina is joined by faculty mentor Associate Professor Susan Longerbeam. Catalina Guadalupe Traxler, Doctor of Philosophy in Counseling and Personnel Services. Catalina is joined by faculty mentor Associate Professor Susan Longerbeam. Mame Safoa Giri, Doctor of Philosophy in Counseling and Personnel Services. Mame's faculty mentor is Associate Professor Lori McCubbin. Mame is joined today by Assistant Professor Amanda Mitchell. Chen Hong Yao, Doctor of Philosophy in Counseling and Personnel Services. Chen Hong's faculty mentor is Associate Professor Lori McCubbin. Chen Hong is joined today by Assistant Professor Amanda Mitchell. Matthew David Traskus, Doctor of Philosophy in Curriculum and Instruction. Matthew's co-faculty mentors are Professor Thomas Tretter and Associate Professor Justin McFadden. Matthew is joined today by Professor Thomas Tretter. Jennifer Mary Pollard, Doctor of Philosophy in Curriculum and Instruction. Jennifer is joined by faculty mentor Professor Genevra Cortade. Yoimar Silveira Gonzalez, Doctor of Philosophy in Curriculum and Instruction. Yoimar's co-faculty mentors are Associate Professor James Chisholm and Professor Michelle Foster. Yoimar is joined today by Associate Professor James Chisholm. Erin Rager Green, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Leadership and Organizational Development. Erin is joined by faculty mentor Associate Professor Meg Hancock. Edwin Carl Pave Jr., Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Leadership and Organizational Development. Edwin is joined by faculty mentor Professor Mary Bryden Miller. Adam Corey Stieglitz, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Leadership and Organizational Development. Adam is joined by faculty mentor Professor Mary Bryden Miller. I would now like to invite Interim Dean David Owen to congratulate students from his college. Tiffany Jo Brandt, Doctor of Philosophy in Biology and a recipient of the Graduate Dean's Citation. Tiffany is joined by faculty mentor Associate Professor Deborah Yoder Hines. Kritika Bujaj, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry and a recipient of the Graduate Dean's Citation. Kritika is joined by co-faculty mentors Professor Craig Grapperhaus and Robert Buchanan. Soren Rahul Sutaria, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry. Soren is joined by faculty mentor Professor Michael Nance. Sagar Ravso Mushinge, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry. Sagar's faculty mentor is Professor Gerald Hammond, and Sagar is joined today by Professor Michael Nance. Lee Kara Brosov, Doctor of Philosophy in Clinical Psychology. Lee is joined by faculty mentor, Associate Professor Sherry Levinson. Natalie Kaylin Burke, Doctor of Philosophy and Clinical Psychology. Natalie's faculty mentor is Professor Richard Lewine. Natalie is joined today by Professor Suzanne Meeks. Lauren Brooke Flaherty, Doctor of Philosophy and Clinical Psychology. Lauren is joined by faculty mentor Professor Benjamin Mast. Diana Therese DiGasparo Hedrick, Doctor of Philosophy and Clinical Psychology. Diana is joined by faculty mentor Professor Benjamin Mast. Jackie Ma, Doctor of Philosophy and Clinical Psychology. Jackie is joined by faculty mentor, Associate Professor Paul Salmon and Professor Bernadette Walter. Anna Maureen Kelly, Doctor of Philosophy and Experimental Psychology. Anna's faculty co-mentors are Assistant Professor Campbell Bago and Associate Professor Marcy DiCaro. Anna is joined today by Associate Professor Marcy DiCaro. Holly Pitts Arnold, Doctor of Philosophy and Experimental Psychology. Holly's faculty mentor is Professor Carolyn Mervis. Holly is joined today by Associate Professor Kara Cashin. Derek A. Carpenter, Doctor of Philosophy in Humanities. Derek is joined by faculty mentor Professor John Gibson. James Gregory Clark, Doctor of Philosophy in Humanities. Greg is joined by faculty mentor Julie Petit. Eve Carlisle Polly, Doctor of Philosophy in Humanity. Eve's faculty mentor is Professor D.A. Masolo, and Eve is joined today by Professor Simona Bertacco. Christopher Ritter Rickles, Doctor of Philosophy in Humanities. Christopher is joined by faculty mentor Professor Guy Dove. Ivan Benitez, Doctor of Philosophy in Criminal Justice. Ivan is joined by faculty mentor Associate Professor Bradley Campbell. Ruben Pavlov, Doctor of Philosophy in Criminal Justice. Ruben is joined by faculty mentor Associate Professor Viviana Andrescu. Suzanne Marie Overstreet, Doctor of Philosophy in Criminal Justice. Suzanne is joined by faculty mentors Professor George Higgins and Professor Gennaro Vito. Sienna Applegate, Doctor of Philosophy in Applied and Industrial Mathematics. Sienna is joined by faculty mentor, Assistant Professor David Hahn. Israel Ricardo Corbello, Doctor of Philosophy in Applied and Industrial Mathematics. Israel is joined by faculty mentor, Associate Professor Saba Biro. Sita Wan, Doctor of Philosophy in Applied and Industrial Mathematics. Sita is joined by faculty mentor, Associate Professor Saba Biro. Dalton Seth Gannon, Doctor of Philosophy in Applied and Industrial Mathematics. Dalton's faculty mentor is Professor Hamid Kulusman. Dalton is joined today by Associate Professor David Swanson. Christina Hahn, Doctor of Philosophy in Applied and Industrial Mathematics. Christina is joined by faculty mentor, Professor Ryan Gill. Said Sar, Doctor of Philosophy in Urban and Public Affairs. Said's faculty mentor is Associate Professor Matthew Rudder. Said is joined today by Associate Professor Aaron Rollins. Thank you, candidates and mentors. I would now like to introduce Interim Provost Jerry Bradley to confer degrees.
Sorry about this. So, this is it. Will all the candidates for the degrees of Doctors of Audiology and Doctor of Philosophy please stand? On behalf, you have to stand again. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of the University of Louisville, I am pleased to grant each of you the degree of Doctor of Audiology or Doctor of Philosophy in your respected disciplines, based on the recommendations of the faculties of the colleges and schools in the university. Congratulations, graduates.
We ask that the members of the audience, if you would please stay seated as the platform party will recess, and the graduates, the doctoral graduates, will recess as well. We will have a reception downstairs in the marketplace. Congratulations to all the graduates.